Hello everyone, my name is Richie and welcome back to another video. Today join me for a first look at the brand new Class 170 pack for the Birmingham Cross City. Let's get into it. So yes, here is the Class 170 pack for the Birmingham Cross City, which a lot of you know I've been very excited for because I am a Brummie, I'm from this area and I used to travel on, well, mainly the West Midlands Railway ones quite a lot when I was growing up in Birmingham. So this DLC I'm very excited for. And of course, as part of this DLC, we've got two different variants of the Class 170. We've got the West Midlands Railway one and the Cross Country one. The first time Cross Country has come to Train Sim World, which is pretty exciting. And also, we've got a brand new timetable, which includes this, the Pendolinos, the 350s. There's some Transport for Wales stock around as well. So, not only have we got a nice new busier Birmingham, we've also got some wonderful diesel action to run on the route, which I'm very, very excited for. So today we're going to take a first look at this and I'm going to show you both of these in a service. I'm not going to do a full service for both of them, maybe like 10 to 15 minutes per one, something like that anyway, I'll figure it out. But I'll show you both the variants of the Class 170 that we get for this. I'll show you the main menu and mainly have a lot of fun with it because this looks absolutely incredible so far. Of course, before we jump into it, I do want to say a massive thank you to Dovetail Games for providing a game key and a massive thank you to Rivet Games for bringing this DLC to the Birmingham Cross City because I've asked for these for a very long time. I've always wanted to see a West Midlands Railway 170 and to have a Cross Country one as well. I am very happy about that. So let's jump into the main menu, see what you get with this and then drive some 170s. So let's jump into it. So here we are, we're here in the main menu and let's jump into the Birmingham Cross City. So obviously timetable, we've got 566 services across two separate timetables. As you can see, the original timetable has 248 services and the new one has 386, so a lot more services with this one. Jumping into the original timetable, obviously you've got the Class 323s which do the bulk of the services, and you've also got the Class 66 which has some RHTT movements and all sorts of other stuff. If you own the TVL, you'll also see the Class 37 doing a rail tour. If you own Great Western Express and Northern Transpennine, you'll also see a HST movement as well. And I think there might be something else, but I've not got all the layers installed today because I'm on the PC. Jumping into the Class 170 timetable, as you can see, we've got all sorts of stuff straight off the bat. So obviously we've got the star of the show, the Class 170. We've obviously still got the 323s, the much loved 323s doing 220 services. You've also got the Class 66, which does the same as the original timetable. We've got some Pendolino movements, just the one in this, but obviously a lot of AI Pendolinos, and also we've got some 350 running as well. Of course, if you've got the applicable stock like the TVL, the Great Western Express and whatever else for the rail tour and the other interesting movements, they will also layer into this. I just don't have it all installed. If we jump into the Class 170, we'll have a little look at what you can do. So you've got the Dash 5 and the Dash 6 variants. I think the Dash 5 is 2 car, Dash 6 is 3 car. And of course with this pack you get two separate variants of the 170. You've got the West Midlands Railway one and the Cross Country one. So this is quite exciting, there's a lot here. So with these different tabs, these all do different services. I think like the Dash 5 do a service every 2 hours, these do a service every 2 hours or something like that. I don't know how it fully works from variant wise, but the West Midlands Railway one mainly does services between Birmingham and Bromsgrove. There is also a couple of 10-minute services of it doing the Chase line, I think, up to Walsall, which is quite interesting. They didn't used to do that when I was living there, but I think that's a relatively new service. I do remember them introducing a service that went Shrewsbury, Wolverhampton, down to Birmingham, and then you'd go up to Walsall, and then you go Walsall to Wolverhampton. It's a very interesting service. I can't quite remember how it all worked, but I never went on them. I mainly went on the southern end. Services like this here, Hereford to Birmingham New Street. When I was in uni at Worcester, I would get on the 170s all the time and you'd be overtaking the 323s and obviously the Lickey Incline you'd spend about 10 minutes on. So I have a lot of fond memories with the 170s. I probably have more memories on a 170 than I do the 323s, and that's saying something. But yeah, these services mainly do Birmingham New Street to University than to Bromsgrove, so that is prototypical and they're around about 20 to 30 minutes, which is, you know, as it should be. As for the Cross Country 170, this mainly does Cardiff Central to Nottingham, which obviously again goes via the southern end of the route. These wouldn't normally call at Bromsgrove, they would mainly just do Birmingham New Street, University, and then I think they go on to Worcestershire Parkway or something like that, or there's another station just after that, because Worcestershire Parkway is a relatively new station, but nowadays it would call there. So to add the gameplay into it, they're going to stop at Bromsgrove as well, because they would go through Bromsgrove, they just wouldn't stop there. And I'm not too mad about that, because otherwise we'd only have about 5 to 10 minutes with the cross-country ones anyway, because like I said, they only stop at university. So obviously it gives you a lot more playable sort of experiences with the cross-country ones. So I'm very much excited for it, because cross-country in the game, yes please. I know a lot of people have been asking for it. What I'll also do whilst I'm here is show the 350 services. So these are around about 9 minutes, there you go. And these mainly do Birmingham New Street to Aston, because these would then go up to Rugeley Trent Valley on the Chase line, which is a route I would love to see. I think it'd be fantastic. So these are obviously operating part of the Chase line. So yeah, it's cool that you got a couple of 350 movements there, and obviously you got the 350s that would go through up towards Liverpool Limestream or whatever else. Obviously you can't play them, they're just AI only, but very cool. We're going to see a lot of 350s here. And as for the Pendolino, it does just a depot move, interestingly, from Aston. So I didn't think they did depot moves, so quite cool. Obviously you can play a Pendolino for around about 5 minutes, which I think is pretty decent. Jumping into the scenarios for this route, obviously you get 3 different scenarios. You've got rerouted, tunnel, trap and icy incline, so they're around about 30 to 40 minutes, so you get a couple of new scenarios with this as well. And there we go, that is pretty much everything you get with the Class 170 pack, which looks absolutely incredible. As a Brummie, I'm very much happy with this DLC, so you get quite a lot of new services with this, and really beefs up the route nicely. So we're going to jump into maybe the West Midlands Railway one first, do a 10-minute service up to Aston, and then we're going to do a longer service on the cross-country one from Bromsgrove up towards Birmingham. So let's jump into it. Right then, here we go. I've jumped into the West Midlands Railway one first, and we're doing a service from Aston into Birmingham New Street. So let's get ourselves started and get ourselves set up, shall we? First things first, it looks a lot different in here, doesn't it? Obviously it's very much green or a turquoisey sort of colour, which I think is London Midland-esque colours. So let's open the doors there. Let's put the lights on too. Awesome. And here it is. Here is the Class 170. Oh, it looks absolutely stunning. So the first thing that leaps out here that is different is the light cluster. Obviously the 170-4 is a complete different light cluster, and I think this has been completely reworked, and it looks brilliant. It sounds fantastic. I love it. As you can see here, we're a 2-car variant coupled up, so there's 4 cars here, which they would realistically do. I mainly see these as 2 cars, but I know there is a few 3 cars in operation. But yeah, this looks absolutely fantastic. I'm well excited to give this a go. Honestly, like, I've got so many memories of this train. This looks absolutely spot on. Even the maquette inside, look at that. That is proper. That is what I remember. London Midland. Obviously, there used to be green trains on here, but they're all orange. Anyway, we can get the doors shut and we can get ready to go. So let's do that. Let's close the doors and do a little departure shot. This looks absolutely stunning. It really, really does. So let's get going. Let's go. Nice. Lovely, there you go. Right, up to 30 mile an hour. It sounds absolutely fantastic. I believe they've done a few different changes to the ScotRail one. It sounds relatively similar, but to be fair, I didn't think the ScotRail 170 sounded that bad anyway. These kind of, is what they sound like to me. It sounds diesely, which is good. Right then, we're going to be calling at Duddeston, and then we're going to be going into Birmingham New Street. So this is a relatively short service just to show off the 170, the West Midlands Railway one. But here you go, got a 323 coming the other way. So I mainly want to see how busy, or like what it's like going into Birmingham New Street with the Pendolinos and 350s and whatever else. Because as you come into Birmingham New Street, you've got stuff coming along the West Coast main line as you pass Curzon Street and that. So that's mainly what I want to look at here. Right then, we're on the approach into Duddeston, so let's get the beans off there. We're just going to roll into Duddeston. I know it's a 70 mile an hour limit, but you mainly want to go 40, 45 mile an hour tops, even in the 323s between Aston and Duddeston. Maybe a little bit quicker in the 323s because they can slow down. I absolutely love this route. Obviously that's the Birmingham City Uni there, that's Curzon Street roundabout down there as well. I've got loads of memories with this route. Obviously, being a Brummie, this is my home route technically. I know this route like the back of my hand, and it's also got cats on it, and it's just absolutely splendid. It really is. If I could recommend any route to anyone, any new players, it's certainly this one because I absolutely love it. Right then, let's get slowed down for Duddeston. So just gentle brake into here. Approach the platform at 30 mile an hour. That's fine. Hello everyone. Couple of tones as well. Lovely. Let's get slowed down there. Brakes are pretty decent. Nice. Let's slow down. Full brakes. Excellent. Here we go. Duddeston. And open the doors. Excellent. There we go. Right, we've done one stop. We're doing well so far. Yeah, these look absolutely stunning. They really do. These look fantastic. I mean, I'm not a massive fan of the orange livery. I much prefer the London Midland one, but they certainly look the part. They do. Honestly, look fantastic. Right then, let's get going. Full beans once more towards Birmingham New Street. 1.5 miles to go, and let's go. More tones again. Let's go. Let's go. Awesome. Here we go. Let's go into Birmingham New Street, and hopefully we'll see some stuff on like the viaduct and that as we go towards New Street as well. New Street, I'm looking forward to seeing how busy it is. Obviously, in the initial intro for this video, we saw the Pendolinos, we saw the 350s. We should see some Transport for Wales 150s as well. You know, it's just nice and busy now. I like it a lot. Right then, let's get down to 30 mile an hour as we approach into Birmingham New Street across the flyover, across the West Coast Main Line. As you can see, we've got Curzon Street down there where they're building the HS2 station. You know, it's going to look a bit different in the next 5-10 years. There's going to be a massive viaduct crossing this. Right, let's get slowed down to 20 mile an hour, and then I think it's 45 as we approach into Birmingham. This is interesting the way they're going this way. Obviously, the 323s go that way because they mainly go into platform 12 and platform 8. These ones, obviously, we're going to platform 6 here. So hopefully with this timetable as well, I know in scenario planning you couldn't really start in many places. Here we go, we've got a 350 as well coming the other way. Look at that. So we've seen a 323 and a 350. It's just cool. It's just cool seeing the 350s. It's weird because obviously I've played this route so much and you don't see, you know, the West Coast Mainline stock. And now that we've got it in the game, I'm so chuffed with it, honestly. Obviously got the Bullring Rotunda over there, and also got the Selfridges Bubbly Building. Oh, this is just fantastic. I love this route so much, and this is just a really nice addition to it. Obviously I'm biased, and you can tell me I'm biased in the comments, because as a Brummie, I am absolutely well chuffed with this. Right then, here we are emerging out the tunnel into Birmingham New Street. This is really cool because obviously up until now we've gone that way. So this is a complete different experience straight away because there's not many services that do this. Obviously got a 170 over there. Hopefully there's some Pendolinos and stuff around. But you can imagine, you know, if you're sat here train spotting all day, you'll see all sorts of stuff now. Right then, as we come into Birmingham New Street, we've got a Pendolino over there, we've got a 350 coming in over there too, and there's also a 170, a cross-country 170 over there, so instantly nice and busy. I like it a lot. You'll see all sorts of stuff. Pretty much every single platform will have stuff coming into it now. Is that something else coming over there? I think it is. Right then, slowly does it right up to the end of the platform. Keep going, keep going. So obviously these would then carry on up the West Coast Main Line, up towards Wolverhampton and towards Shrewsbury, which is a route I would love to see. Birmingham to Shrewsbury is like another recommendation because I lived in Telford for a period of time, so I know that route really well. Right then, there we go. That's a first look at the West Midlands Railway 170. So let's jump into Bromsgrove and drive a cross-country one, back up the line, back into Birmingham again. So I'll see you in the cross-country one. Right then, here we go. I've jumped into the cross-country 170, so let's get ourselves started and get ourselves set up, shall we? So here we go. Let's get all this set up there. Do that, and there we go. Here is the cross-country 170. Looks absolutely splendid. Yeah, look at this. I'm so chuffed to see cross-country in the game. This looks absolutely splendid. It really does. I think this is a better livery than the West Midlands one, but this looks absolutely fantastic. Again, all the inside is all different. All the maquette has changed. Very nice. Looks very cross-country-like. Also got wooden floors and all sorts. So these are a bit more fancier than the West Midlands ones. Also, these have first class, which the West Midlands ones don't have, but looks absolutely stunning. So yeah, like I said in the intro, these don't actually call it Bromsgrove. These have just been added in to call it Bromsgrove for additional gameplay, which I am not mad about at all. But normally they'd just fly through this station. As we've got a 323 coming in there. Look at that. Right, and let's get the doors locked and let's get going. I'll let you listen to this one once more, and then we'll go up the Licky Incline. So let's get going. Right, let's go. Couple of tones, lovely stuff. Off it goes. Wonderful. Right, up the Licky Incline. I'll be quiet just for a second. Yeah, it sounds absolutely splendid, that, doesn't it? Sounds absolutely fantastic. Right, up the Licky Incline. This is going to be the most difficult bit because obviously whenever I went up the Licky Incline on the 170s, they struggled quite a lot. I think you can max about 40 mile an hour up the Licky Incline, so we could be doing this for a little while. In fact, it's factored into the timetable workings because it's an extra few minutes to get towards Birmingham than it is to leave Birmingham, and that's mainly trying to get up this hill. Right then, we're going up the Licky Incline, maxing out at 37 mile an hour, but let's just appreciate the livery. It looks absolutely fantastic, it really does. And now that we've got cross-country in the game, hopefully we see more with it. I would really like to see this layered into more routes like the East Coast Main Line, Midland Main Line, because I think they do a couple of services on there as well. So hopefully we see more cross-country in future because it's just beautiful. Yeah, like I say, it's really struggling up the hill here, but once we get to the top we can fly up to 100 mile an hour. Honestly, once you're then on the flat section, it just flies. It passes 323s left, right and centre. Right, then we're almost at the top of the hill. The top of the hill is just over there. I can see the crest of it. So 40 mile an hour is the top speed, which is pretty realistic, to be honest. I probably could do a bit of hill start, and someone could probably do it a bit quicker than me, but they do take a bit of time. I think the 2-car ones would be quicker, but they're mainly 3 cars or 4 cars. We're almost there. We're almost at the top of the hill. Not far now, not far. If anyone's ever tried taking a steam train up the Lickey Incline, honestly, it is a struggle. I think back in the day they were used, I can't remember what they used back in the day to go up the Lickey Incline, but I can tell you from experience, you usually spend a long time going up this hill, and you can tell in the train as well that you're going uphill because it's just constant for about 10 minutes. Right, here's the top of the hill. Awesome. Right, let's fly up to 75 mile an hour and then up to 90, and I tell you what, now that it's flattened out, we'll fly along the route into Birmingham New Street. Right, then we've made it to the top of the hill, it's levelled out and we can get up to 90 mile an hour. So full beans all the way to Birmingham New Street. Let's go. Right, then we're approaching Barnt Green, and I think there's something coming the other way. Is that another 170 or is that a 323 going onto the Redditch branch? I think that's going towards the Redditch branch. So this is cool. Obviously, we're going to see a different experience because with the 323s, they're all stoppers. With these, you just fly straight through. Right, then flying through Barnt Green. Couple of tones as well. There's that 323 that's just gone in there, so that's going towards Redditch. So this is going to be interesting. We're going to see different sort of see this route in a different sort of perspective. Obviously we've mainly gone along the slow lines, but now we're going onto the fast lines, which is a first in an actual official timetable. Here we go, we're flying along here now. So 6 miles to University, we'll get there in absolutely no time. This is the one thing I've absolutely wanted for this route, is just to feel a bit busier on the southern end. Obviously, other than going towards Worcester, I don't have too much experience on the southern end, like living anywhere near it. I mainly lived in the north of Birmingham, so I obviously got on trains at Chester Road and whatever else. I never got on trains around here, but I have travelled on this numerous times. Right, then we're almost at 90 mile an hour. Let's get a little flyby shot, shall we? Let's race the 170. We'll try and find a little station, which will be somewhere over here. I think Longbridge is not far away from here, so let's get going. Right, here we go, a little flyby shot. Nice, lovely, look at that, this is incredible. Absolutely fantastic. We just need to find some more 323s to overtake now, which we'll see loads of them because obviously they're every 10 minutes. This is brilliant, we're proper flying along here. This is great. We've got a 323 here as well, nice. Overtaking 323s, this is brilliant. I'm very happy about this. Let's give it a couple of tones as we fly on past. We'll go outside of the train, shall we? We'll go here, right, we'll fly it past it and then we'll go. See you later, 323. Been nice seeing you. See you later. There's another one there as well. Look at that. Another 323. See, I told you, right? Obviously, the 323 services take a very long time. I think it's like 45 minutes to get from Bromsgrove, or something like that. Like 30 minutes, 45 minutes to get from Bromsgrove to New Street. So it takes 20 minutes in these, and you'll fly past loads of them. Right, we also need to slow down to 45 just after Kings Norton. I think it's Kings Norton anyway, because then we go across up towards Birmingham New Street past Bourneville and all that sort of stuff. So let's get slowed down for 45. That's the fast bit of running. That's the fastest you can go, and that's quite thrilling. I'm very happy about that for sure. Right, here's Kings Norton, so let's slow right down. Let's keep slowing down. So now you'd actually see a lot of services going straight on here because I think they've built some stations. I think there's Sturchley, something else as you go up that way. Pineapple Road, I think, is a station or something like that. They've all been built. I think that's the Camp Hill line or something like that anyway. So you would see trains going up there now, passenger ones, but mainly you'd see freight going along there in this timetable. Right, we've rounded the corner and then up to 60 mile an hour, full beans it, past Bourneville, Selly Oak and then into University. So let's get going. Let's get going. This is fantastic. I'm really enjoying this so far. One thing I'm really looking forward to is driving a 323 along the southern portion of the route because you'll be overtaken by loads of 170s. It'll be absolutely awesome. We've also got another 323 here as we pass through Bourneville. Let's give it a couple of tones. As we go through Bourneville, look at that. What's quite interesting as we fly through Selly Oak here is that we've got a red just before University, so maybe there's another train in there or something like that. There might be a 323 or something. It has just changed, but I would imagine there may be a 323 there because it's getting a bit busier as we head towards Birmingham New Street. We've got another cross-country one there, look at that. Couple of tones, excellent. That's a 2-car, coupled up, lovely stuff. Let's get some brakes in as we approach into University. It's a little bit of a blind station, this. There's the QE Hospital there, looks very iconic, looks absolutely fantastic. The modelling on this route is top tier, I absolutely love it. Right then, let's get some more brakes in for University just there. This has all been recently remodeled as well. This actually got remodeled in 2022, I think, or something like that. So they kind of future-proofed the route. So let's slow down for this station. Right then, let's get stopped here at University. Let's stop there. Incredible. So obviously these would realistically stop here to serve the University, obviously. This is absolutely incredible seeing this here. Obviously, the University station I've not actually seen since it's been reopened. I moved out of Birmingham, I think. I moved out of uni in 2021, but I didn't really travel on the trains post-COVID, so the last time I came through here was 2019, so actually this timetable was the last time I'd ridden on this line. But yeah, this looks pretty decent from what I've seen. I've seen plenty of pictures online, so they've done a good job for it. So let's get the doors locked and let's get going once more towards Birmingham New Street. I've absolutely loved this so far. Right then, let's go. Let's get some beans in. Let's go towards Birmingham New Street in 2.4 miles time. Off we go. More tones and I'll let you listen to it once more, just once more, as we approach into Birmingham. Nice. Nice bit of diesel action. I absolutely love it. Right, 2.4 miles to Birmingham New Street, and I tell you what, this pack is absolutely fantastic. I'm loving this so much. Got another 323. Oh, this is fantastic. We're seeing loads of stuff. A lot busier straight away. What, 4 or 5 323s we've seen? We've seen another 170. Hopefully we see a West Midlands 170 at some point. They're a bit less frequent, the West Midlands and the cross country 170s. They're around about every 15 minutes along the line, so we might not see one, but it'll be cool to see one nonetheless. Right then, down to 40 mile an hour as we approach into Birmingham. We're actually flying through 5 ways first. Again, another little station just prior to Birmingham New Street, where you'd mainly get off for the Broad Street, and Broad Street's a really well known sort of like nightclub area. So if you were going to go for a night out in Birmingham, you'd probably get off here. You'd also get off here for the library. I'd probably say that better. The library, and there's like a whole complex which is all new. It's all been regenerated since I was there. But yeah, this is all new around here. But Broad Street, there we go. And then we go into the cut-in as we approach into Birmingham New Street. I tell you what, honestly, I can't say it enough. This pack is fantastic. And of course, as we come into Birmingham, you need to be at 10 mile an hour, so we need to slow right down. It's 10 mile an hour as you go into Birmingham, it's 15 as you come out. Right then, down to 10 mile an hour as we approach into Birmingham New Street. This looks fantastic. Look at this. This is a better angle from before. Got 2 Pendolinos, got a 350. I can see something over there somewhere as well. Got a 323, got a 170. Look at this, got another 323 over there. There's so much going on. This is so busy. This is fantastic. Yeah, this is absolutely fantastic. A much better way to approach into Birmingham this way. Obviously, I need to find some Transport for Wales stock, which would be over there somewhere, I think. Got another cross-country one over there as well. Look at that. So this is a really busy station now, as it should be. We've got all the stuff now. I think we've got pretty much everything that should be here. I think the only things that are missing are obviously like the 158s and whatever else, but you know, we've got Transport for Wales in here, we've got cross country as well, so it's nice and busy. We've got all sorts here and I absolutely love it. So let's get stopped here. Right then, there we go. We're stopped here at Birmingham New Street, and I tell you what, I absolutely love that. Do you know what? I really like how busy this makes Birmingham look, and it just makes the southern part of the route a lot busier, and even up to Aston as well makes it a lot busier. If you jump in towards Lichfield, Trent Valley as well, you'll see AI on the West Coast mainline Trent Valley as well. So it's a lot busier, and I absolutely love it. Of course, the West Midlands Railway 170 is something I've wanted on this route for a very, very long time, and now that we've got that plus the cross country one, I'm a very happy man right now. But of course, let me know what you think in the comments. Are you going to pick this up? I would highly recommend it. If you like the Birmingham Cross City and you like 170s, I'd say go for it. This is fantastic. But anyway, I'm off to go and play some more of this because I absolutely loved it. So there we go. That was a first look at the Class 170 pack. So now that we've operated a couple of 170s, I'm going to leave that video there. So thank you all for watching this video. I've been Richie, and I'll hopefully see you all next time. Bye bye.